With SoFi's annual shareholder meeting approaching, investors are looking for answers on specific questions. And the main questions that I do hear is mainly, can SoFi maintain its incredible growth? And will management provide new guidance for the fiscal year of 2026? And also, what another question that I do hear pretty frequently is, what updates could we get on crypto, stablecoins, Galileo, and the broader technology platform? And maybe the most important question that has been asked among investors is, how could future Federal Reserve rate cuts impact the company moving forward? So let's break this all down together, guys. And again, my name's David with InvestQ. I love doing this content and giving the content that you guys want to see. So please let me know in the comment section below any future videos you want me to see me cover, you would like to see me cover. And if I did add any value to your investing journey, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. So first off, the annual shareholder meeting, as me and you both know, this isn't an annual earnings report, nothing like that. But investors, they shouldn't necessarily expect major financial announcements. However, what this meeting can provide is valuable insight into management's priorities, and not only their priorities, but also their long-term strategy and what leadership sees coming over the next several years. And for SoFi investors, that commentary could be extremely important given how quickly the company has been growing. Even though we have dropped from recent highs, because again, we're currently we are trending higher today with a gain of 3.32%, but we have crashed from the previous, not all-time highs at $32, but even though we are lower there, we did crash ever since the quarterly report came out, from the $20, the $20 range, the $18 to $20 range, and we're currently slowly trying to make our way back up to this previous level of resistance at $19.62 all the way up to $20.79. Now, specifically, the first topic that I want to be covering over when it comes to SoFi stock is one of the biggest things investors will be listening for is management's confidence regarding future growth. And SoFi, it recently reported another strong quarter with with continued growth in members, products, revenue, and their profitability. Now, the key question, what should be asked now, and what the key question becomes now is, can this momentum continue? Because part of the reasons why SoFi did crash after their earnings report was due to the fact that, kind of a similar story when it comes to NVIDIA, every time they have a good quarterly report come out, their expectations are extremely high. So even on a decent earnings call, a decent earnings report, a quarterly report, a lot of investors, retail and institutions alike, will view it as not good enough because their expectations are so high. And on a smaller scale, that's kind of what SoFi has to deal with as well. And investors, they want to know whether management believes that these growth trends are sustainable, or on the flip side, if growth could begin moderating over the next few years. The next thing would be guidance, forward guidance and the long-term outlook for SoFi stock, because management, it previously projected approximately 60 cents in adjusted earnings per share for the year. And investors, they will be looking for any indication that guidance remains on track, or at least, or potentially shows improvement. Now, even small comments from Anthony Nato about future profitability could become major headlines coming out of the meeting. So if he does say something very bullish, something regarding forward guidance that investors, institutions, and retail alike view as something hyper bullish, that could end up being a headline in the media for SoFi stock, because good news for SoFi can skyrocket this thing to the upside potentially. And another thing specifically, when it comes to SoFi stock, what many investors are focusing on when it comes to SoFi is one of the most important parts the company may actually be, of the company could be its technology platform. And that also was a main topic of concern regarding the previous quarterly report, because Galileo's powers financial services infrastructure for numerous fintech companies and management. It has discussed efforts to re-accelerate growth in this segment, and investors, they will be looking for updates regarding customer acquisition, platform adoption, and future opportunities. And if Galileo begins growing faster again, many investors believe it could become a significant long-term growth driver. So the next topic that I want to be covering is none other than specifically talking about stablecoin and crypto, because SOFI, it has recently discussed plans surrounding digital assets and stablecoins. And the company has explored launching SOFI USD while expanding blockchain related payment capabilities. Quick reminder before we continue, if you're enjoying the content and want to connect with the community, check out the first link below for the free InvestQ community. And if you want access to advanced stock research and tools, the second link is a Prophecy 7-day trial for just $7. And last, if you want daily market updates and behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram using the third link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. We'll be listening closely for details on how management views crypto, digital payments, and stablecoins fitting into the company's long-term strategy. This is still an emerging area, but could become increasingly important over time. And last but not least, definitely not last but not least, would be regarding rate cuts and why they could potentially matter for SoFi stock and either positively or negatively affect the company individually. Because the Federal Reserve has been one of the biggest drivers of financial stocks over the past several years, because while rate cuts are never guaranteed, investors continue watching inflation data and economic conditions closely, because if borrowing costs eventually decline, there are potentially several ways SoFi could benefit. Because first off, lower interest rates generally make borrowing more attractive. It makes it more attractive and something that more companies would be willing to do, because that could increase the demand for personal loans, student loan refinancing, mortgages, and other lending products offered by SoFi. And that does benefit SoFi, because the second reason would be lower rates can improve affordability for consumers, potentially supporting loan growth across multiple segments. And third, lower rates could encourage refinancing activity as well. And this is an area where SoFi has historically performed very well. And the last potential way that I listed is that the last potential way that SoFi could benefit that I have listed here is rate cuts often improve investor sentiment toward growth companies and financial technology businesses. So while rate cuts alone don't determine SoFi's success, they could provide a meaningful tailwind if they do occur. And for me personally, the most important things that I'm going to be watching in this annual shareholders meeting, I will be looking for any updates from Anthony Noto on future growth, commentary regarding Galileo and the technology platform, potential stablecoin and crypto developments, management's confidence and the tonality if it's showing confidence regarding profitability targets, and finally, any discussions surrounding interest rates and the broader economic outlook. So those are the topics I'm specifically going to be watching out for and highlighting. And also, please tune in this upcoming Wednesday, as this Wednesday. And by the way, shout out to all my subscribers and all my viewers. We are hitting milestones here because we're currently at 500 subs. But also, this Wednesday, I will be going live during the annual shareholder meeting for SoFi as well. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream it as well. And but I know for a fact I will be live beforehand, and I also will be summarizing what happened afterwards as well. Again, I will be going live this Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. So please stay tuned for that, and let me know in the comment section what it is you're looking out for in this annual shareholders meeting, and if you're a shareholder of SOFI or not. And also, again, if I did add any value to your investing journey, please hit the like and subscribe button and comment below how it is you feel about SOFI and what else you want me to cover. But besides that, guys, stay safe, keep making good decisions with your long-term portfolios, and I'll see you all in the next video.